See, this is my moment. I looked you in the eye, Jason Devine, one more time, and I beat you. But now, I can't help but notice that Mike Gracá is sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. You want to steal my moment because you failed to have yours tonight? I'm still champion, and you're not. As a matter of fact, I could beat you any day of the week.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Huh? What do you say? I owe you one.
Never backing down from a challenge, never strayed away from his roots, is the wave of the future, Mike Gracá. He is not only the top dog here in our league, but he is an example to be followed by all young, aspiring professional wrestlers. Again, really enjoying this one-man booth as I light up another smoke. This match is going to be a slam dinger, if I may say so myself. Davey Cash looking to get himself a really strong win here at the RWA. The likes of JT Dunn and Mike Gracá in the ring, a victory in this matchup would put him in strong contention for various championships here at the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. And our main event is now underway, ladies and gentlemen. This one here is for pride and bragging rights, as all three of these men have something to prove in this matchup. And Cash looking to take on everyone in the ring. He's subject to the teaming up of Gracá and Dunn, hanging on to the ropes, getting himself a little bit of distance, a bit of clearance. Looks as if we've got some Daniel Bryan fans here in the attendance.
I want the champ. I want the champ. Come on,
you might not be aware of this, folks, but last summer at the Roger Williams Park Zoo, there was the Puerto Rican festival taking place where Mike Gracá and Davey Cash locked up in one-on-one competition. Again, these two are not strangers to one another. Neither are any of these gentlemen. Wheelbarrow into an old school arm drag, shades of Vern Gagne. The Jew's taking his own drag from Gracá. Japanese arm drag from Davey Cash. Again, these guys are not rookies, they are not greenies, and they are going to be dishing out plenty of learning here in this matchup. Well scouted by Cash, seeing that Dunn was not properly seated onto his feet. Lays a forearm into Mike Gracá. Not a smart judo roll. And Mike Gracá getting the final word of this exchange between these three combatants. And he's going airborne. No, he's not. Up for a German suplex, turning him inside out. And a super kick from Davey Cash sends JT Dunn out of the ring. He's counting sheep. Oh, you guys should know better by now. Mike Gracá does not feel chops. Here it is, folks. The rude awakening, if I may call it anything. Catches the legs of Cash, leaves him hung up on the rope. Do we have a guillotine? Guillotine elbow from the top rope, or middle rope rather. We've got a pin. And JT Dunn breaking up the action. As again, reputations are on the line in this matchup, folks. The winner of this matchup will be strongly considered for contention of one of our various titles here at the RWA. Now, these guys must have jaws of concrete to be taking all these kicks to the face, I tell you. And there's no give on those two, pal. T-bone suplex sends JT Dunn over the back of Davey Cash. Say what you will about the guy, but very skilled and learned in this ring. There's nothing fancy about a blatant choke. Those are the lengths that Davey Cash will go to secure himself a victory. Not very popular with our crowd, but effective. If you can't breathe, you can't move. And Gracá sends his shoulder into the stomach of Davey Cash, leaves him seated in the corner, and sends a drop kick square to that boy's mush. What's he calling for here? Cash taking advantage of the situation, sends Gracá off his feet. The young champion showing a good amount of resilience here as JT Dunn gets sent off the apron. Cash doing everything he can to keep the odds secured in his favor. And now I feel as though he's just wasting time. Listen, kid, this is not the kind of match for head games. You've got more than just one opponent on your heels. It is not time for head games. Now he's just taking the wind out of Gracá, getting his hands on the senior official. That's not a good move, Cash. Really not. You could see yourself packing your stuff from the locker room with an early dismissal. That's right, he is our boy. And anyone who's watching or listening, don't forget that. Springboard cross body off the top rope by JT Dunn sends both Gracá and Cash to their back. How is he going to capitalize? He's gathering his senses. He's firing up. Is he going to send Gracá into Cash? No, he sends him into the adjacent corner. The opposite corner, rather. Hoisting Gracá up. We've got 2 kicks to the torso, 3 kicks to the torso. And there is what you might call a hat trick, ladies and gents. All 3 combatants of this matchup have been sent to the mat via the maneuver of the day. We've got a chant of Gracá juice. I'm not quite sure if the young champion has got himself a marketable beverage out on the open shelves, but hey, wrestling does not pay the bills, so you got to be creative in the monetary department. Northern Light suplex into a beautiful bridge broken up by the Juice, who's going by the moniker of professional wrestling's savior. That is quite a large claim, but he is looking to do everything to live up to it. As he's got Gracá up, what appears to be an attempt at a full Nelson slam. Countered into a jawjacker. Reverse DDT, and JT Dunn eating Cash's boot. Leapfrog, he's scouting him. We've got a small collision here. And up he goes for the suplex, but wheelbarrows him into the mat.
Let's get a 100, baby. Let's go. Sure we could.
We've got a schoolboy by JT Dunn breaking up the grapple in the corner between he and Cash. And the champion has been sent to the apron. Sending the bandana off his head does the forearm delivered from Dunn. Dodges out of the big boot. Sends a super kick to Gracá. Super kick number 2. Kick to the knee. Kick to the jaw. And Steve Mosher delivers a super kick of his own to Davey Cash. I don't believe it. 101 Dalmatians, folks. He sends him up for the half Nelson shoulder breaker and gets the pin, does Mike Gracá. An excellent showing by all 3 men in this matchup, but yet Mike Gracá, not only does he retain his position as the top dog here in the RWA, he gains the approval of our crowd here at Tickers. Slamming down the gavels of approval is our audience. Raising his hand in victory is Steve Mosher Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here this afternoon in Smithfield, Rhode Island for RWA's season opener of live hype from Ticket Sports Bar and Grill. I'll tell you, it's some of the best fried food you're going to find in any bar. There's draft on tap. I'm a fucking Guinness fan myself, so you can cut your whistle wetted here and get yourself some good eats and watch some good old-fashioned wrestling action here at RWA. Folks, check the calendar. You can do so at rwawrestling.net, and be sure to check out all of the live action at our YouTube channel at youtube.com/the RWA number 4 ever. My name's Bobby Rossi. It has been an honor and a privilege to be your commentator and partial host for this afternoon. Signing off for both Rob Massey and the Voice Box. Folks, join us next week. You can catch us on Interconnect Channel C in Rhode Island and on youtube.com anywhere in the world.